Good evening, Tag Team, Tag Nation, the Tag Universe, Tag Galaxy, all of the above. Don't you just love when a plan comes together? That when you speak things in existence and it happens? I mentioned on this channel before that like a month ago, I lost my prediction championship to Lip Dizzle, and I said I was going to get it back. And if you're new to the channel, or haven't been keeping up, the major pay-per-views and things of that nature, we do a little predictions and we determine who becomes champion per who gets their predictions right. Dizzle was the first champ, I was the second, then you had Jaeger, then you had our Forbidden Door, Juggernaut 097, and things of that nature, and so on and so forth. People won, lost. So I was the first two-time champ. I was the first three-time champ. Yeah, for the naysayers, oh, but you lost it, man. Shut up. I still got it back. This past weekend, especially with this show I'm about to get ready to talk about, your boy was virtually immaculate when it comes to Ring of Honor Final Battle. I was 7-1. Had it not been for the opening contest, because we didn't do 0 hour, had it not been for the opening contest, I would have been 8-0. So now I would like to introduce the world to the Quattro Scootaloo or ScooterRay, however you know me as. Because now I am four-time, 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 four-time predictions champ. And long may he reign. Well, what's up, everybody? Like I mentioned earlier, Scootaloo here. The Quattro is here to discuss Ring of Honor Final Battle. It was this Saturday, and boy, the boys did not come to play. And I'm not talking about the Briscoes. We'll get there later. This was actually a good event. If y'all watched my last video, I willingly said I have not watched a lot of Ring of Honor pay-per-views. Honestly, this might have been my maybe third or fourth throughout ROH existence. So I was happy to watch Final Battle. And with the matches that was presented, and of course a championship on the line, your boy was going to get his title back. But yes, off the gate, thoroughly impressed with what I've seen. If this is the Ring of Honor that Tony Khan can truly bring to TV and not intertwined with AEW, I'm here for it. I can legitimately say going into 2023, if Ring of Honor can truly be officially separated from AEW, I'm here. I'm here for it. But let's get into it. I didn't jot it down in the notes officially, but you had, of course, 0 hour. You had started off, you had Mascara Dorada versus Jeff Cobb representing the embassy. And come on, Cobb. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. You know that boy. You know, big beefy boy Jeff Cobb was gonna take that dub. Then you had uh was it Matt Menard and Cool Hand Angelo Parker of the JAS versus Eli Islam Cheeseburger, aka the Shinobi Shadow Squad. Um, wasn't a bad match. But JAS gets that dub. If that's what made me worry, because I was like, oh no, if the JAS is starting off with W's, yeah, boy, might be in trouble. And I'll let y'all know my predictions. But your boy might be in trouble if JAW, if the JAS is already getting dubs. You had Willow Nightingale going against Trish Adora. Willow gets that W. Um, it was actually a pretty good match between those two. I thoroughly enjoyed seeing both of these ladies. The only reason why I would have predicted Willow because her recently signed to AEW, all of that, it made sense to me. Then you had Top Flight versus the Kingdom. Now, I will admit this. I predicted if we would have counted 0 Hour as predictions, I would have predicted the Kingdom because they were recently just signed to AEW. But nope, Top Flight gets the dub. And it was, as I'm saying, it was surprising because it was a pretty good match, but it made sense. Top Flight, they're trying to build them back up. And from the way it's looking, the way it might seem, maybe they might be trying to move Top Flight more to ROH than keeping them in AEW. But I guess we'll see as time tells. Now that 0 Hour is over with, let's get on to the main show. My one blemish of this event. Dralistico and Roosh, I forgot the group they represent now because I know it's a spinoff of the Ingominalis, but I forgot the name of the group. But Dralistico and Roosh coming out there with Preston Vance going against AR Fox and Christian Blake. I want to say they said this was Christian Blake's debut in ROH, but sorry, peeps, I am watching a very interesting match here between the missus and the pooch, and the pooch is being unrelenting, and the pooch is trying to go in for the lovin's. Oh, she's going in for the paw. Oh, sorry. Now, I don't know if this meant to be, if this match was a accidental win, but AR Fox and Christian Blake gets the W. And Dralistico and Roosh beat them down for their efforts. They was like, how dare you make us bleed our own blood? But they didn't bleed their own blood, but how dare y'all get this W? And they got beat down for their efforts. So, yeah. Next time, Fox and Blake, you shouldn't get W's that you shouldn't get if that was really supposed to happen. Because even AR Fox popped up looking like, wait, were we supposed to win that? But hey, my one blemish going forward, your boy was perfection. Like, perfection. Next match, ROH Women's Championship, Mercedes Martinez versus Athena. They was going into their history in Shimmer. They was going into their history that, now Athena has this new attitude and she wants all the smoke. And Mercedes Martinez was like, I'm willing to give you this smoke. Not only that, but I'm willing to put this belt on the line. Well, Athena bought that fight. Athena gave Mercedes, say the names correctly, all the smoke she could handle. But apparently it was too much. Because I totally forgot what Athena calls that top rope stunner in AEW now. But she hits it 1, 2, 3, and new women's champion, Athena. So interesting to see how they do it, because once again, we don't know when they're going to truly separate ROH and AEW. But for now, I guess they're going to stay intertwined. But yes, congrats to Athena getting that big dub. And now, new ROH Women's Championship. Next, Swerve in Our Glory, Keith Lee, Swerve Strickland versus Shane Taylor Promotions. Shane Taylor, JD Griffey. JD Griffey? Let's call him JD. Funny how there was 2 JDs at Russell Saturday. But This was kind of one of those interesting matches because Shane Taylor and both JD had grudges against Keith Lee because back in the day, a great job, Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman, for letting us know the history. And I let us know the history, but why Shane Taylor would be pissed at Keith Lee because they said Shane Taylor, Keith Lee was supposed to get tag team championships. Keith Lee decided to go to the other company, NXT, and they never got their tag team title shot. So Shane Taylor, of course, would have been like, well, I was left high and dry. I'm big mad. Oh, I'm mad. JD Griffey and Keith Lee had a history where they known each other over 20 years. Once again, it made it seem like Keith Lee walked out on Griffey to go to WWE and do bigger and better things. And of course, Swerve, their history is a little fractured. So it was very interesting for this match. But boy, it was a good fight though. Them boys went out there and did that. This was JD Griffey's debut in ROH. It was a good match. I'm not too familiar with JD. I know little, not a lot about Shane Taylor, but this was a good match. It was a at times beefy boy brawl, but of course, it was trying to play into the can Lee, can Lee trust Swerve, all this and all that, and of course there was some miscommunications. I think Lee hit Swerve with a nasty, was it a forearm, I think? And Swerve got up and he was like, you know what, fam, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. And he slowly left too. Like he let it be known that Keith Lee, I'm walking out. So of course they let JD and Shane Taylor be like, all right, bet we got this. Nah, Big Keith, not Keith. Keith overcame, hit that big bang catastrophe on JD. 1, 2, 3. Swerving Our Glory gets that dub. And it was like, well, now we'll see where that puts Swerving Our Glory and everything. But yeah. Then we had the ROH six-man championship, Dalton Castle and the boys. Forgive me for not knowing the boys' name individually, versus the Embassy, Brian Cage, Gates of Agony, Quan, and Toa. Look here. There was too much beef on the Embassy side. Brian Cage, Toa, and Quan. There was too much beef. There was way too much beef on that other side of the ring. And yeah, all that beef overcame Dalton Castle and the boys. And we have new six-man championships. Congrats, six-man champions. Sorry. Congrats to the Embassy getting that good. Then we have the ROH Pure Championship, Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia. Remember at the last event, Garcia got the belt off of Yuta, so Yuta was like, hey, we're going to run that back so I can get my belt back, fam. The Pure Championship has some very unique rules. I'm not going to list them all here because it's done in rounds. They have rope breaks, limited amount of rope breaks and things they could use. Very unique rules. But them boys went out there and fought. Like, I will say this. The Pure Championship is a very unique situation because of the rule system. And it's more of a fight, but a technical fight. And when it's done right between the competitors, it looks so just grueling. And with two technical people like Garcia and Yuta, it was grueling. And the finish with with Euler having Garcia in the crucifix and he just hammering elbows, and then Garcia's like, I'm gonna go to sleep now, fam. Put that man out. New. As you can see, almost every championship there is switch hands. And new ROH Pure Champion, Wheeler Yuta. I want to say, I could be wrong, but I want to say they said that he's the first two-time champion. I want to say that. I don't know for sure, but I think they did say that he's the first two-time pure champion. If I'm wrong, don't kill me in the comments. Uh, Next up, the match of the night. Let's face it, double dog collar match for the ROH Tag Team Championships. Top guys, FTR versus their boys, the Briscoes, aka banned from TV. Watch the match. There's nothing I can truly say that would put the match over even more. Watch the match. Um, I want to say once again, if I'm incorrect, don't kill me. I want to say it was Dax chained to Mark, and Jay was chained to Cash, or it could have been another way around. But yeah, brutality. Everybody was bleeding in this match. All four members who was wrestling, the original ref in the ring took a hit. He was bleeding. There was blood everywhere. Everybody was catching blood that night. And the spots, my God, the spots between what they was doing with the chains, what they was doing with the dog collars. At one point, Dax tried to wrap the chains around his head so he could do a diving headbutt. Of course, they were wrapping around fists. They were necessarily, quote unquote, hanging each other from the ropes. It was a lot. It was violence. It was brutality. It was a match. 100% worth watching. If you don't want to watch anything else that night produced, watch FTR versus the Briscoes. And it truly seems like them boys can't miss. And the reason why I said it that way, because them boys walked out as champions. And from that, they were trying to leave. Well, I say they were trying. They were leaving. And the ass boys came out and started, beating up on FTR, basically saying, y'all's reign is slowly about to come apart and fall, and we're going to make sure y'all legacy is going to be dead and gone. And the Briscoes came back out and kind of saved them. But, yeah, it was brutality at its best. Blood everywhere. Spots. Hell, I might even try to watch this match again because it was a lot. It was a lot. But yes, the Briscoes, Mark and Jay, walk out as tag team champs. Uh, I can't remember how much they said, but it was a crazy number. But yes, and new. So now FTR is only down to the AAA and the IG and the IG. Y'all know the other tag team titles they got. But yes, Briscoes, new champs. Ring of Honor Television Championship, the King of TV, Samoa Joe versus Juice Robinson. He was recently signed to AEW, and he was like, hey, yo, in order for me to establish myself, I have beaten the best, but I need to establish myself in this new company, in this new surrounding. So I want to go against the King of TV. I know the television title is important, and I need that, fam. I need that on my waist. So he tried. He tried, but it's the King of TV, dog. Samoa Joe. You know what I'm saying? He's the only one who returns. But yeah, he retains. He beats a very game Juice Robinson, but yeah, he retains. And I want to say he's the only one because next up we get our main event, the ROH Championship, the Ocho, Chris Jericho versus Claudio Castagnoli. And of course, the caveat to this match was if Claudio lost, he would have to join JAS. And then earlier in the night, when I want to say there was a segment with 2.0, let's just call them what they were. 2.0 comes out and says, not only will you have to join the JAS, but you're gonna form a tag team with Jake Hager, and we're gonna call y'all the Hat Trick. Yeah, you heard me. But yeah, Claudio was like, I'm sick of Jericho not respecting ROH and its traditions and everything. So I want my belt back, fam. And they went at it. Um, they had some good spots. Of course, some shenanigans had to happen. Some shenanigery had to happen. But ultimately, the finish of the match, what made it unique. Claudio went for the giant swing, and I want to say he was more than 10 rotations in, and Jericho tapped. Jericho tapped from the giant swing, and it was like, what? That was a unique way of winning. So Claudio gets his belt back. Now two-time ROH champion. And then it's funny because if you listen to the promo Mox had on Dynamite, he basically said this was gonna happen. So did Mox unintentionally give us a spoiler? We don't know. But yeah, I guess now they want to go into 2023 with kind of a fresh start in a sense. Like I said, we got the Embassy as six-man champions. Claudio is back as world champ. The Briscoes back as tag champs. Athena women's champ. Yuta back as pure. So I think they're about to get ready to truly start to separate ROH and AEW. But no announcement has truly came yet to see what they're going to do with ROH as far as like a TV deal or a streaming deal or anything like that. So I guess for now, they're going to still have to kind of intermingle the two companies. But yes, Final Battle, definitely worth watching. Check it out. Like I said, if you don't want to sit there and watch it all, because it was 8 matches, 12 if you include the 0 hour, at least watch the Briscoes and FTR give another classic. And like I said, your boy went 7-1. 7-1. Like 7-1. I mean, predictions had those. But yeah, my fourth reign begins. Well, it began, but fourth reign, fourth reign, fourth reign, fourth reign. Thank y'all for tuning in. Shout outs to Juggs, Dizzle, Jaeger. Don't be too sad, especially you, Dizzle. I know you really, really, really wanted to just savor your third reign, but no, sorry. The stars were aligned for you, boy. And now we'll be talking cash shit, because basically, I don't have to defend this championship again until late January when the Royal Rumble happens. So, ooh, boy, you're gonna get a good solid month of the Quattro. I'm just saying. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let us know down below what you think of Final Battle. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that other good stuff. Thank y'all for tuning in. And until next time, everybody out there, tag out. Peace.